Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook some carrots, broccoli, I had to look what it was, three peppers, green beans, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. And this was the food that I had created for another video that I showed you. And instead of baking it in the oven, I thought what I would do with this is I would boil it. Let's see if I can find a big enough pan. Something like this. Now, why am I doing this? Yes, I'm vegan. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit. But sometimes you just need to try something different. And that's what this channel is all about, is sharing your knowledge and trying something different. And I'm going to show you this on the fly. These vegetables, and we're going to cook them in straight ordinary water. Come and see how this turns out. If you don't like it, leave me a comment and say, hey, it didn't really work for me. Or you could say, it was great, Gary, make it again. Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living, a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. So this is a medley of vegetables. So what I'm doing is I'm checking the green beans, and I'm not cutting them this time. I'm just going to wash them afterwards, making sure there's no bad spots, basically. I got these beans a week ago at Sam's Club. And I've learned from experience, you see, there's one bad one there. You have to use the produce right away from Sam's Club because it just doesn't last. It may be dated correctly and all that, but it just doesn't work. I've lost so much produce that now I know exactly what to expect, especially green beans. I used to buy them all the time, and I just stopped buying them because I just couldn't count on the vegetable. All right, so these are good. All right, Brussels sprouts will be a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to whiz through that. I'm going to show you one or two things I do. We're going to wash them all at the same time. And because I've been doing a lot of cooking lately, I'm going to take any burrs off of it. Okay, so this is older, also week old, and you can see how the bottom has already started to go. Now, I have a little bag here in the sink, so I don't have a garden yet. Okay, so I'm just going to make little bite-sized chunks, cut the ends off as much as I can, and put them with the beans. Now, Brussels sprouts, what's going to happen here is I'm going to cut the bottom end. I'm going to cut them in half. I love Brussels sprouts. I don't have any problems with cabbage. I like all of it. Those plants are just so excellent. Okay, so then these leaves, I used to use those in soups and stuff. I just throw them away now. Okay. Used to throw them in my... Okay, now you see this is the big piece. Just going to cut the bottom off and keep it whole. It's going to fall apart anyway when it's cooked. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with that. I just want to explain that to you. For the bell peppers, remember I showed you last week a secret. You go through the end like this, and you go through each of the sides. And then you peel back slowly, and you can see as you have no seeds. And I'm doing the same thing with this. See, the seeds are in the center. And yet I'm just going to get rid of that like that. And I'm going to cut them in half and throw them in. And that's it. And bell peppers are going to impart a really beautiful flavor. Okay, just one more time, down this crease here that's naturally in the pepper.
Okay, over here again. You peel it out. See, you just can't beat this. It's just amazing. All right, here I got a little bit of the stem with me. Cut it in half into the colander. Okay, get rid of these seeds. Flip it over. Okay, that's basically that. I still have more work to do. Okay, these are different. I'm going to cut the bottom here and get these green leaves. Now, some people eat these leaves. I don't. I cut the bottom with my knife. It's really sharp. And I'm going to try to keep this as much as possible. Okay, so in large pieces. We'll see how that turns out. I'm going to find the cut I just made. That's it right there. You see, it still didn't cut it. Sometimes you just need a bigger knife. This is my bread knife. I'm going to be making some bread soon for my people who like to follow me for bread. A special sleepy time bread. I accidentally discovered it when I made a video on better sleep on my podcast. And I thought about it and I said, I could make this into a video. I'm not talking about why vegans sleep better, but more, see now, you see it just comes apart. We're just going to keep it whole like that. I'm going to test this. Here, some my dog right now on the floor. It's Joy. Oh, here comes the other one. TJ, you want some cauliflower? TJ. That would upset my wife to no end because then she said, well, Gary, he's not going to eat his dinner and feed him all the good stuff. Here, have another one. Okay, same thing for the other side. Now what I end up doing, instead of that little pot I showed you, this is my mother's pot. She's in heaven right now. She passed away about 3 years ago. I'm going to be using all the vegetables and I'm cooking them in this water. I miss her. She was my mom. She was not an easy mom, but you know, you do the best you can with what you got. You can't pick your family. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is clean up this mess in the broccoli. I'm going to turn on the water and wash this down and put it in the pot. But I'm not going to start it until I get all this done. There's still also the carrots to be done. I'm not doing the entire bag, maybe just add a couple. So this will be a cooked boiled meat. It'll probably take about 1 to 2 hours to cook it. I'm going to be cooking it on a low heat. All right, so we'll see in a little bit after I get this mess all cleaned up. And as you can see, my sink is washing the vegetables. See the mess on the floor? I've been feeding the dogs vegetables while I was trimming them. They may be carnivores, but they're so used to eating vegetables with me, they just love them. So the other container's over here, and we're going to put in, we forgot the water. So we'll be right back. Okay, so then we're going to also turn on the water, the gas on high. And we've already washed these. We're just going to put them in. Now this time I did not cut the Brussels sprouts in half. You can see I'm going to need more room. But I have enough room maybe to put a few carrots in. So one got some water. Okay, so that's going to cook and meanwhile I'll work on the carrots. Probably not that many carrots, not that much room. So what I like to do is peel my carrots. If I grew these, I'd know exactly what earth they were in, but I didn't. And so, yes, I'm putting them on the counter. I'm gonna screw them all into this little bag I have over here. Cut the ends off. I have a chef I know. He's a bishop. He does not like it when I cut the ends off. Okay, and I'm just gonna stick it inside. Let's see approximately where the water is at. Water is about here. This is gonna go in for sure. Shove it inside, and I'm gonna save this as a measuring stick. So once the water boils, I'll reduce the heat, put a cover on it, come back in an hour and test everything. Carrots take a really long time to cook. And they're dense, you know. Bell peppers, that's going to take no time to cook. Most of those vegetables were very soft, except for the Brussels sprouts. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's basically it. Shove them down there. No salt, nothing but vegetables. Okay, I'm gonna put more water in there too. So we'll see you in a little bit.
So I let it boil in the water for 30 hard minutes under the highest heat I could. Now you can hear the pan move. It's still boiling quite a bit, so I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit more. It was at medium. It's ready. Goes in all the way through. The pepper's ready. The green beans are ready. Everything here is basically ready. So it really doesn't need to be cooked anymore. So we're going to take it off the heat entirely. This one is not ready. The Brussels sprouts are pretty hard, the carrots are hard, so it's going to take a little longer. But it also started almost 10-15 minutes. It made a difference. I didn't start this one right away, while the other one I started right away. Okay, so that's where we're at. We'll see you in a little bit. Now it's time to prepare a dinner. So what this is right here is 1 cup of jasmine rice, which is 6 grams of protein. And I like to put on top of my vegetables this red pepper hummus, which happens to be 2 tablespoons, and you get 2 grams of protein. I'm only talking about protein. I'm not talking about anything else. All these vegetables have protein. So when you combine everything together, you actually do get enough protein for your body. Now I don't always have rice. Sometimes what I do is I have beans. Other times I had other grains. But today we're just going to show you the rice. So I'm going to bring the camera closer again so you see my plate and you'll have an idea of what I eat. I eat a lot of vegetables.
Okay, so we're going to undo the top of this. A brand new container. I buy this at Sam's Club. It works for me, it works on my diet, I love it. The only bad thing I like about this is it has a little bit of oil in it. I really wish it didn't have any oil at all. Now, you do not want to throw away the water here. That is vegetable water. You can use it for other things. So we're going to get the slotted spoon and we're going to put a bell pepper in and some cauliflower. Now the secret to cauliflower is to soak it. I didn't soak it this time, but that's one secret. If you don't like the sulfur taste of cauliflower, all you have to do is soak it and it'll be ready for you. And then we're going to put in some Brussels sprouts and some broccoli. Trying to find them in between. So let this cool. Okay, so we're going to push this back. Here you can really smell it. It's just plain delicious. It's very, very hot right now, so we'll put in another. So now we have a red bell pepper. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more greens like broccoli, and we're looking for a carrot. Because I know I put carrots in here. There they are. So come back here. Just put to the side. And we're just going to grab it carefully and see, you see the spoon went right through it, so it's ready. You know, what I do sometimes is I boil again the carrots that I have in the refrigerator with the juice that I have already. So, okay, so we got another one. So then from here, I take a tablespoon. Just like this. I take a little bit of the okay, and I just put it on top. And then when I'm eating it, I'm adding to it. So okay, I put, say, a tablespoon half.
So the past 3 or 4 videos I've been doing batch cooking. And why? Because then I eat everything that meal for the entire week, and this is coming off. And that's what it's all about. I have more energy to do my yoga. I'm in a lot better mood. I don't have digestive issues, no GERD whatsoever. Not that I ever had anyway. Okay, I'm gonna push this to the side. So this is what the plate looks like. And we're gonna get a fork and have a little bite. And we'll take a little bit now. It's hot, so I don't really need to put it back in the microwave to warm it up. The cauliflower is perfect. This is green bean. Everything is perfectly cooked in 1 hour. You just can't beat it. And you can eat this way. You don't have to only eat that. You can put different toppings on. You can put different vegan ranches on if you want. Different sauces to make it more interesting for your palate. Let's see how this turns. It's not mushy, but it's nice. You all know I do yoga. Most of you know that I keep myself pretty much in shape doing yoga. And normally I take water with me, mixed in with electrolytes, like a little package. It works. Lately, what I've been doing is taking my vegetable broth. And that's what I'm doing this. So I'm gonna stick this in the refrigerator. It's lukewarm right now. And tomorrow when I do yoga, I'm gonna be drinking this in this container. And then nothing is wasted. All those delicious extra nutrients that are running in the water, why throw them away? There's no salt in there, there's no herbs, it's strictly vegetables. So now I take that and I go to my class, and it's usually a hot yoga class, and then I get all hydrated. And it works. I feel great. So this is one way to be able to use up the stock you have after you've cooked your vegetables for a couple hours. Along with a little bit of juice. They'll be going into the freezer. Easily 2 meals there, probably lunch, dinner, and a snack. And of course I have a huge mess to pick up. But still, I'm way ahead of the game. Well, thanks a lot for watching us. The kids looks like they went to bed after I took them for a really long walk. They haven't moved. And I hope to see you soon in our next video.